Ryan Reynolds is out here acting like he's the smartest guy in the room. And honestly, I used to think he was pretty cool. Like, I genuinely looked up to the guy. But the more I watch him talk,
Welcome back to my channel today. We are breaking down a story so explosive, so highly guarded, that Hollywood publicists are working overtime to scrub it from your feeds. Ryan Reynolds has been shockingly busted. And the publication pulling the curtain back? The New York Times. We're talking about a staggering $250 million libel lawsuit. We're talking about allegations of orchestrated smear campaigns, intense behind-the-scenes intimidation, and a relentless PR machine that was allegedly weaponized to destroy a rising director's career. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. From the catastrophic fallout of the It Ends With Us set to a disastrous HR controversy that blew up in his face, the revelations are leaving everyone utterly stunned. Grab your snacks and buckle up, because the pristine empire of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively is facing a catastrophic reckoning. Do you understand how the mighty have fallen? We have to go back to the controversy that set the internet on fire, the It Ends With Us movie adaptation. What was supposed to be a massive box office triumph turned into a complete PR bloodbath. Director and co-star Justin Baldoni was completely alienated from his own cast. At the time, the narrative heavily favored Blake Lively. But then the legal documents dropped, and they told a very, very different story. In a staggering move, Justin Baldoni slapped the New York Times with a $250 million libel lawsuit. Why? Because of an article titled, "We Can Bury Anyone Inside a Hollywood Smear Machine." Baldoni alleged that the Times pushed an unverified and self-serving narrative using cherry-picked and altered communications, completely stripped of context. He accused the publication of cowering to the whims of two powerful, untouchable Hollywood elites. But the most shocking bombshell hidden in the legal filings wasn't about Blake Lively. It was about Ryan Reynolds. Baldoni's lawsuit detailed a highly explosive confrontation that allegedly took place in 2023 at Reynolds and Lively's ultra-exclusive Tribeca penthouse. According to the filings, Baldoni was summoned to the apartment where Ryan Reynolds aggressively berated him. The alleged catalyst? Baldoni had asked about Blake Lively's weight prior to a scene where he had to physically lift her. Baldoni, who had a documented history of back issues, claimed it was a standard safety inquiry to ensure he could perform the stunt without injury. But Reynolds allegedly twisted this into a malicious accusation of fat-shaming. Despite Baldoni's repeated apologies and explanations, the situation escalated. The lawsuit claims that Reynolds didn't just yell. He allegedly wielded his massive Hollywood influence, pressuring the powerful talent agency WME to sever all ties with Baldoni. Hours after the New York Times article was released, WME dropped Baldoni. Was this a husband fiercely defending his wife? Or was it, as the lawsuit suggests, a calculated, ruthless power play to hijack a movie franchise and completely destroy a director who wouldn't hand over creative control? For years, the New York Times was viewed as the gold standard of journalism. But their involvement in the Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively saga has sparked a massive public backlash, completely shattering their credibility in the eyes of millions. As Baldoni fought back, a massive cache of internal text messages, emails, and communications was unsealed. These weren't rumors. These were the raw, unfiltered receipts. The documents allegedly showed a coordinated effort by crisis publicists and insiders to feed a false narrative to the press. Baldoni's team claimed that a former publicist wrongfully shared private text messages with Lively's team to orchestrate the takedown. When Justin dropped his Dropbox of evidence, public opinion shifted overnight. Fans on social media went scorched earth. The narrative that Ryan Reynolds was just an innocent bystander evaporated. Instead, a new theory emerged. Was Ryan the mastermind behind the entire PR war? Critics pointed out that Reynolds, known for his relentless control over his own image and marketing, had his fingerprints all over the strategy. When the heat became too intense, fans noticed something else. Ryan Reynolds vanished. He wasn't by Blake's side during the worst of the fallout. He skipped events they traditionally attended together. Internet sleuths began asking, is Ryan Reynolds throwing Blake under the bus? Is he hiding in the shadows to protect his precious Deadpool brand while his wife takes the public beating for a smear campaign he allegedly helped orchestrate? If you think the movie set drama was bad, the New York Times dropped another bombshell that struck at the very core of Ryan's billion-dollar empire. Ryan Reynolds is hailed as a marketing genius. His ad agency, Maximum Effort, is known for striking fast and capitalizing on viral pop culture moments. But in late 2025, that strategy blew up in their faces. The New York Times reported on a massive HR controversy involving Reynolds' ad company. They created a commercial that openly mocked a very public, highly embarrassing employment scandal stemming from a viral kiss cam moment at a Coldplay concert. The woman involved in the original viral video was subjected to intense public humiliation and was ultimately forced to resign from her real-life job. Instead of showing empathy, Reynolds' company allegedly turned her trauma into a punchline to sell a product. When the woman spoke out to the Times about the devastating impact the ad had on her life, the backlash was swift and brutal. It completely shattered the illusion of Ryan Reynolds, the compassionate, self-aware good guy. It painted a picture of a corporate machine that prioritizes viral engagement and profit over basic human decency. Let's connect the dots. We have a $250 million lawsuit exposing behind-the-scenes bullying and intimidation. We have leaked text messages pointing to a coordinated, multi-million-dollar smear campaign against a co-star. We have a prestigious newspaper catching immense heat for allegedly acting as a PR mouthpiece for Hollywood elites. Loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face, 222222. And we have a ruthless marketing company exploiting real human humiliation for clicks. The internet doesn't forget. And more importantly, the internet doesn't forgive hypocrites. For years, Ryan and Blake positioned themselves as the ultimate relatable, funny, down-to-earth couple. But these explosive revelations suggest a terrifying reality, that the nice guy persona is nothing more than a highly weaponized shield. Behind closed doors, if you cross them, they will allegedly use every ounce of their wealth, influence, and media connections to bury you. As the lawsuits drag on and more unsealed documents prepare to hit the public docket, one thing is certain. The era of Ryan Reynolds being untouchable is over. He has been busted. And the fallout is only just beginning. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are reportedly considering moving abroad to escape the drama surrounding around actress It Ends With Us lawsuit. The couple, who was once used to have big dinner parties and hang out with Taylor Swift all the time, has apparently lost their spark. Their depressing new life, as described by their friends, has taken a toll on them, especially on the 38-year-old actress, so much so that the pair has considered relocating to the UK. A source in this regard told the Daily Mail, Blake and Ryan have even discussed moving to the UK. But what's making them take a long, hard look at their immediate future is that their kids' schooling and friends are in the States. Moreover, the confidant shared, with Ryan's huge success with Wrexham, he has a great affinity for the UK. The insider also shed light on Lively getting a second chance to revive her struggling career there, as it added, Blake could rebrand there, and believes there are top-of-the-line filmmakers who could give her a second chance. She is only left with The Survival List, a rom-com project which will star in and produce. In the end, the source noted that the Gossip Girl actress is just so tired, as this has taken a lot out of her. Her role as Lily Bloom in 2024 film adaptation was supposed to mark the It Ends With Us actress' major comeback after taking break to raise her 4 children. However, the movie unexpectedly became a nightmare when she became embroiled in a legal war with co-star director Justin Baldoni. In December 2024, Lively sued Baldoni, accusing him of sexual harassment and starting a smear campaign against her. Then in January 2025, Baldoni countered her lawsuit by filing a $400 defamation case, alleging that the couple tried to hijack his directional movie. Ryan Reynolds has spoken out after a shocking report revealed his honest take on the legal mess between his wife, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldoni. Taking to Instagram on Tuesday, April 14th, the Deadpool and Wolverine actor rang in his pal Robert McElhenney III, professionally as Rob Mack's 49th birthday with a special post. For those unfamiliar, Rob Mack co-owns the Welsh football club Wrexham AFC with Ryan Reynolds. Happy birthday to my co-chairman Rob Mack, wished the Free Guy star. He hilariously continued, I usually plan some elaborate prank. But after 5 years, while in the midst of a playoff race, and with 3 more seasons of Welcome to Wrexham coming, I figured I'd just update the plaque that started it. Blake Lively has recently broken her silence after Ryan Reynolds made shocking claims about swearing at her during a gala last week in New Jersey. The Free Guy actor opened up that he used swearing words to his wife during the promotion of his documentary, John Candy, I Like Me, as per media reports. Former Manchester United star Gary Pallister believes that the Welsh outfit are in for their toughest test yet as they prepare for life in the Championship. Despite securing 3 promotions in as many years, the ex-Middlesbrough man feels reaching the Premier League in 2026 may be a long shot. He told That Victor, Wrexham are in for a massive shock in the Championship. I've always thought that between League One, League Two, and National League, there's not a great deal in terms of quality as you go up the ladder there. I think when you go from League One to the Championship, it's a step up. Obviously, the Championship to the Premier League is an even bigger step. But first to the Championship, I think it can catch a lot of people out. I've not seen what they've done in terms of transfers and bringing people in with the experience of Championship football, but they've certainly got momentum behind them. Everybody's talking about Wrexham. I went to a game there last year. The atmosphere was terrific. I think a lot of people are loving Wrexham because of the guys who are in charge, the documentary that we've seen, and the way they seem to be embracing it all. They're getting the fans on the journey. They're creating a great feeling about the place, and I think it's exciting. I've got Mickey Thomas telling me how good they are and what a place Wrexham is at the moment, and they're only going to go onwards and upwards. I'm loving the story. I'm loving the owners. Wrexham back in the day were a big club, and it'd be great to see them getting back somewhere near to that. According to Us Weekly and Variety, what began as a harassment complaint has spiraled into a major courtroom conflict, with Baldoni now filing a $400 million countersuit for defamation. Sources say the couple was blindsided by the aggressive legal escalation and were not expecting Baldoni to fight back so hard. Insiders claim the dispute has turned Lively and Reynolds' personal life upside down, adding that the legal tension has brought stress, grief, and fear to their household. The amended complaint also highlights the impact on their 4 children, James, Inez, Betty, and Olin. Reynolds, who was not initially involved in the lawsuit, filed a motion to dismiss on March 18th, arguing that calling someone a predator is constitutionally protected speech. He maintained that Baldoni's claims centered on hurt feelings rather than defamation. Despite keeping a low public profile, Lively and Reynolds are reportedly committed to clearing their names. A source told Us Weekly the lawsuit has completely consumed their lives, with the next court hearing scheduled for March 2026. Justin Baldoni has intensified his legal battle with It Ends With Us co-star Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds by releasing a series of text messages that appear to show Reynolds praising him. On Saturday, February 1st, Baldoni, 41, launched a website, thelawsuitinfo.com, where he published a 224-page complaint containing text exchanges. Among them, Reynolds, 48, allegedly referred to Baldoni as a stand-up person and praised his collaboration with Lively. You've been a wonderful collaborator with B, and that means a great deal to both of us, Reynolds allegedly wrote. Being a stand-up person is everything. And you've been just that since day one. Thank you. Lively, 37, sued Baldoni in December 2024, accusing him of creating a hostile work environment and sexual harassment on the It Ends With Us set, allegations Baldoni has denied. In response, Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios filed a $400 million lawsuit against Lively, Reynolds, and Lively's publicist, Leslie Sloan, accusing them of civil extortion, defamation, and invasion of privacy. Lively has denied the claims and is seeking to have the lawsuit dismissed. The text messages, which appear to predate the legal battle, also show Reynolds praising his wife's creative input. You've hit the jackpot with B, he allegedly wrote, adding that some of his own greatest creative decisions were actually hers. Reynolds also reportedly asked Baldoni if the film's shooting schedule could be adjusted by 2 weeks so that his family could be reunited sooner, making a humorous reference to how important family is to him. The lawsuit and leaked messages add another layer of complexity to the escalating legal dispute between Baldoni and Lively, raising questions about the relationships behind the scenes of the highly anticipated film. Justin Baldoni has named Ryan Reynolds in his ongoing $250 million libel lawsuit against the New York Times, alleging the actor confronted him over claims of fat-shaming Blake Lively during the production of It Ends With Us. The confrontation allegedly occurred at Reynolds and Lively's New York City penthouse last year. According to the lawsuit filed Tuesday, Baldoni, 40, described the encounter as so aggressive that he repeatedly apologized to diffuse tensions. The Jane the Virgin star claimed the incident stemmed from an inquiry he made to a trainer about Lively's weight ahead of filming a lift sequence, which she ultimately refused to perform, reportedly using a stunt double instead. The controversy resurfaced when Lively, 37, filed a sexual harassment complaint against Baldoni last month. She alleged that Baldoni and his PR team engaged in a smear campaign to tarnish her reputation, further accusing him of covertly criticizing her body and weight. Lively also claimed that Baldoni recommended a supposed medical expert during her bout with strep throat, only for her to discover the individual was a weight loss specialist. Baldoni has denied the allegations, reiterating his position in a December statement and again in Tuesday's filing. His libel lawsuit, which includes 9 other plaintiffs such as his production company and publicists, counters accusations made in the New York Times initial report, which Baldoni claims distorted facts. Meanwhile, Lively's representatives have stated that Baldoni's lawsuit does not alter the substance of her claims. The New York Times has also defended its reporting, describing it as meticulously and responsibly reported. Support has poured in for Lively from It Ends With Us co-stars Brandon Sklenar and Jenny Slate, as well as Colleen Hoover, author of the book on which the movie is based, who praised Lively as honest and kind on Instagram. Reynolds, who married Lively in 2012 and shares 4 children with her, has yet to comment on the allegations. Baldoni's wife, Emily Baldoni, has also remained silent regarding the legal battle. The tension surrounding the project and its cast continues to unfold as both sides stand firm in their respective claims. Chatting with the peeps over at Harper's Bazaar, the Deadpool actor was asked if he ever gets bothered by his wife, Blake Lively, kissing other actors. Not that Lively goes around randomly kissing men, like Reynolds does, but her job as an actress often requires a little on-screen smoothing. Reynolds replied, "I don't mind that as much. I don't mean that in a creepy way. What people don't realize is, there are 50 or 60 tired, hungry, overworked crew members standing directly behind them." He can, though, relate with his own roles, saying, "But the Deadpool one, I remember shooting it and thinking, this is going to be tough playing in the headrest of every seat on a plane." True dat. We have the latest news on Alexis Bledl's kids in 2026. There are those celebs who are totally open with the public about their pregnancy, and Hathaway and Chrissy Teigen, we're looking at you. And then there are those who keep it a very well-kept secret, like Gilmore Girls' Alexis Bledel. And then, of course, people who are right in the middle, like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, Alexis, and... Keep reading. I binge-watched all of Off Campus, and you can read all my hottest takes here. I loved the show so much, so you can believe me when I say I'm anxiously awaiting season 2. Even though we haven't gotten official confirmation on who will be the next star couple after Hannah, Ella Bright, and Garrett, Belmont Camelli, we do know 2 things. India Fowler just nabbed the role of Grace Ivers, and the tender grit it takes to be a mother in 2021 is an act of pure strength and heroism. Never could I have predicted anonymous airport bathroom sex would lead to this, he joked. Or how you'd hire Dog the Bounty Hunter to find me. Either way, I'm lucky to reflect a little of the sunlight you shine on all of us. We're only about a month away from what is believed to be the date when Taylor Swift will marry Travis Kelce, and while privacy is the name of the game for these lovebirds, that's not going to stop Swifties from trying to sniff out every detail of the occasion. Fans are pretty sure they know who the bridesmaids are, but what about the guest list? It sounds like one of Swift's former besties didn't make the cut, so does Blake Lively even stand a chance? Lots of rumors have circulated about the rise and fall of Taylor Swift and Karlie Kloss' relationship. Things seemed to go south for them in 2017, reportedly due to Kloss' association with Scooter Braun. When the model got married in 2019, Braun was in attendance, as was Katy Perry, who also had issues with Swift at the time, but the 1989 artist was not. It was pretty obvious that Taylor Swift and Blake Lively's friendship took a hit amidst Lively's legal issues with Justin Baldoni from the set of It Ends With Us. But the tension was confirmed through text messages between the two that came out during the investigation. However, now that a settlement has been reached, an insider says there might be a window of opportunity for Lively to get back into Swift's inner circle. Only time will tell which celebs made the guest list. Travis Kelce's coach Andy Reid probably is invited, but don't ask Kylie Kelce to spill the tea. The couple will reportedly tie the knot on July 3rd, allegedly prompting the Big Hamptons 4th of July party to switch dates, but we won't know for sure. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have remained distant and private about their feelings for the Hollywood power couple, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, as they gear up to get married. As speculations swirl about whether Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds will be attending Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's high-profile wedding, it seems the actress has reached a breaking point in her life. A few days ago, as per Rob Shooter, a source said that Ryan Reynolds pushed for a settlement with Justin Baldoni since he was aware that the longer this dragged on, the more it would erode everything: her career, her reputation, even their closest relationships. The source added, "The realization hit her all at once. She had already lost too much, professionally, personally, publicly. The one thing she refused to lose was her marriage." As per Daily Mail, another source continued, "I think it's just too much for her. I don't think they're being very social these days. No one is saying they have problems, but they're just preoccupied, and I think it's all about the case. It's stressful." Many industry insiders have also linked it to Blake Lively's public fallout with Taylor Swift, which has also reportedly